friends, welcome back. Today we are going to be making blueberry muffins with freshly ground spelt. In some of our previous videos, we've talked about the health benefits of freshly ground flour, and specifically one where we went through the different types of flour, and I'll link that video down below if you're interested in watching that. And for this whole series, we've been using the different types of flour to make different things. Today we're going to be using spelt. Now spelt is kind of halfway between a hard wheat and a soft wheat. It doesn't have as much structure as the hard white wheat, so you can use it for bread, but it's not going to be as poofy if you use it for a rising bread. You can use it for cookies as well, but really I love it in muffins. It's kind of that halfway between a bread and a cake or a cookie. So we're going to be making muffins today. It has a really delicious flavor. I'm going to be using my Mott Mill 200, which I absolutely love, but you can use any grain mill that you want, even the hand crank kind. The first thing we want to do is grind our wheat berries. I've got 1.5 cups of wheat berries, which should equal out to like 2 1/4, maybe a little bit more of ground flour. So I'm going to turn this on and then just pour these in. All right, now we have our beautiful freshly ground spelt. This recipe also comes from Sue Becker's home ground flour book that we used last time. It's where I got my recipe for my daily loaf of bread that we make. She has some amazing recipes and really is clear in walking through the process of milling your own flour and the purpose behind some of the ingredients and things. So I highly, highly recommend this book if you're even remotely thinking about getting into grinding and milling your own flour. I will link this down below. So we have about 2 1/4 cups of freshly ground spelt. To that, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and just a sprinkle of nutmeg. I'm going to stir these up pretty good with the whisk, and I'm going to make a well in the middle that I'll use to pour my wet ingredients in. And now I'm going to set this to the side. And that was the sound of my oven preheating. So by the way, you want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. So let's get a bowl and mix our wet ingredients. We want 1 egg, and I have this lovely, beautiful dark egg from our Black Copper Marin's Jane. I'm just gonna break that up a little bit with a fork. And pour it in. Then I want 1/2 cup of olive oil, 1/2 cup of honey, and you'll notice there's no sugar in these. There is honey as our sweetener, so these are a good, healthy treat option. 1 cup of buttermilk, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And we're going to whisk that together. Then we're going to pour this into the well that we made. And we want to stir this gently just until the ingredients are moistened. We have a nice moist batter there. And then last but not least, we're going to take 1 cup of blueberries, pour them in, and just gently fold them into this batter. And that is all there is to the batter. Now let's add them to our muffin tin. I've got a lightly greased muffin tin, and I'm going to fill each one of these up evenly. All right, now our muffins are ready to go in the oven. They're gonna go in there at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. I'll see you back here when they're done. And here you go, a dozen delicious blueberry muffins. They smell amazing. We can't wait to dig into these. This is a perfect breakfast or a snack that you don't have to really worry about the kids eating so much sugar, because there's no sugar in these. And because they're made with fresh milled flour and fresh blueberries, they are cram-packed with delicious vitamins and minerals. I hope that you've been enjoying this journey through learning how to use your fresh milled flour. And next week, we are gonna be talking about corn and how to make home milled cornbread.